Welcome, everyone. My name is Chris Schweda, and I am coming to you from New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm really excited to be here with you all. Tonight I get to share, what is Elevacity, what is this happy coffee people are talking about, and what's really going on. And guys, it started for us literally a year ago. I think mid last month, a year ago. A friend of mine was sharing with me what was going on and the results that was happening for him with this coffee. So with that being, you can't see me? Somebody's saying they can't see me. Is that the case? Hello, hello.
No, it's working now.
We can see you now.
All right. I'm getting messages like I need to be distracted. So with that said, guys, a friend of mine, actually, Judy, who you see here, Judy and Mark were sharing with me, what was going on with this happy coffee and what it was doing for not only them, but I started to see other friends start to share it. When I was talking to Mark on the phone, he was sharing what had happened for him, how they had lost, weight being on the product, that it just totally knocked out their hunger, that they just felt better all the way around. And then I started to pay attention. I started to see a couple friends of mine out of Washington post about this. And Shanna, McDonald, I saw her post about this happy coffee. And I just knew it had to have been the same thing. And I don't even know if they were calling it happy coffee at the time. They were calling it just this amazing coffee that was doing all these things. And I really didn't know what it was because they did not put the name on Facebook, but it had me really wondering. It had me going, there has to be something to this if I'm hearing, Mark and Judy share this with me and what it's doing for them. And now I'm seeing another friend that I knew was also friends with them. And I was like, all right, what is this? So I started talking to him. And in fact, Shanna wouldn't even tell me who had shared it with her or how she found out about it. All she would tell me is what it was doing for her. And I remember the story when she told me she had had a brunch and a bunch of people had come over that morning and she had made this coffee for everyone, and that literally within about 30 minutes, the whole place came alive, that you could just tell that something had changed. And the only thing that had changed is that these people had drinking this amazing coffee. And when she's telling me this and sharing with me how simple it was to share, and how, it didn't even feel like she was working a business or like she was selling anything. She was just like, Chris, I'm telling you, this has been the most amazing thing. She's like, already have around 100 customers. And it was only like a month of them starting to share the product. And I was really blown away by the numbers. And I was blown away by the numbers. We had worked together in another company in the past, and I knew what it took to get that many customers. And she was just like, Chris, this has been absolutely amazing. And what I can tell you is that through hearing these stories, hearing Tori's story and hearing Shanna's story, what I came up with is there has to be something to this coffee, and I have to find out what it is. So, I called Mark and Judy. I ordered the stuff. I got it. And immediately literally the first time I drank this, I remember drinking, it was around 3 o'clock in the day, and I went to Lowe's, and I remember just being like giddy and just feeling amazing. I had just gone through literally the toughest couple years of my life. I went from making a very substantial income, having a savings, having really no credit card debt, having a pretty good life, to the past 2 years, literally being sick. I had a bone infection, a staph infection in the bone under my knee. It took them 6 months to figure out what it was. By the time they figured out what it was, I couldn't afford my insurance anymore. I was stuck in bed for 4 months. My income had gone down dramatically. I literally went from making an amazing income to not being able to pay my bills. I sucked down all of my, over that time period, sucked down all of my savings, went $40,000 in credit card debt. And it was just the toughest time of my entire life. And it was like when I drank this coffee, and what I was going through is, I guess, what many people would call depression. I don't know what depression is or what it feels like, but I didn't feel like me. I didn't feel like the exciting, exuberant person that I'd always been. I just felt different. I didn't feel like myself. And what I can share with you over anything else is that I got back to me. I felt connected with who I was, and it just made me feel amazing again. And the other things that I noticed was more energy and focus, clarity. Totally knocked out my appetite, just like they had shared with me that it did for them. And I was like, this stuff is crazy good. And I was like, you don't go into Lowe's and giggle when you're at Lowe's or Home Depot. It's not like, oh my God, this is fun, like you're on a roller coaster or something. But that's how I felt. I just felt really amazing. It's kind of hard to put into words until you try this stuff. So I started sharing it with just a few friends to start, and then we had decided to go all in with this company after we started to recognize what we had our hands on, noticing how amazing this was. And in a very short amount of time, we had just started sharing this with person after person after person. And the stories that we started to have come from that have totally blown me away. So what we're talking about is this coffee, right? And when I originally bought it, I got it in this tub. And then also I got this pill. So guys, this is called Elevate Coffee. And why they call it Elevate is because it says it right on the bag. It elevates your mood, increases energy, enhances clarity, boosts memory, burns fat, curbs cravings, and again, like I said, elevates your mood. And I don't know about you, but just reading that makes me say, I think I want to try this stuff, especially when I'm looking at happy coffee, mood enhancing, weight managing, happy coffee. Like, that just sounds good. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, if you saw something like that and you're already drinking coffee, doesn't it make sense that if your coffee could do all these things that most people would want to try it? That's exactly what we found. And the other thing that I'd gotten was this Xanthamax. And I call it the happy pill because honestly, I could not, in fact, I didn't even say it's Xanthomax, but I couldn't pronounce it correctly. So I just called it happy pill because I noticed when I took these two together, I felt amazingly happy, right? So I'm not a scientist, guys. So when I share this with you, you don't have to understand this. You don't have to know it. In fact, I couldn't pronounce many of the words that I'm about to share with you. But when you take these two products together, I've heard the doctors talk about what this does is release dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. So together they call this dose. People get their dose. When they take this together, their brain naturally releases all those chemicals. Well, if you're like me, I'm kind of like, well, is this good for you? Is it not good for you? This is what I know. I didn't understand all the ingredients, didn't know what all that was, and I still don't know all the ingredients. But when I shared this with my doctor, who is not only an MD, but a holistic doctor that likes to help people through putting the proper nutrition in, she was blown away by the ingredients. So much so that she actually shares this in her clinic and shares it with all of her patients. So guys, that made me feel comfortable. That made me know that if she can get behind it, then I can get behind it. So with that being said, guys, this stuff does some amazing things. And we have a very quick 3-minute video that I'm not going to play. And the reason why is because the other night I played it and it was all blotchy and it played perfect on my end. But when I played it, a lot of people said they couldn't understand it. It was cutting out and all that. So instead of that, what I'd rather do is have a few people jump on board and share their experience and what it did for them. Because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what I tell you, but it's more what you feel from hearing the stories from all of these other people. And if you're like me, what's going to happen for you is you're going to come up with that, you know what? If it really does all those things, I think I want to try this stuff. So with that being said, I'm going to open up the line and let me see who we have here. Lauren, is Lauren on here? Yes, Lauren. I know you said that you wanted to share your story. Would you mind jumping on board and sharing what has you excited? What has the product done for you and what you see happening? I see a Lauren on here. I'm wondering if it's the same Lauren. There you
I'm
go.
here.
How are you doing?
I was actually looking to see whose cameras are on tonight because mine aren't. Mine isn't. But I
Turn
was
it
seeing
on.
and I
Turn
couldn't
it
get back
on.
to the main. I'm sitting outside. You can't even see me. It's dark.
Okay.
But I first tried the Happy Pill and the Happy Coffee, because that's what I call it too, about a month ago. And on my very first day, real hectic, I walked outside to smoke, actually, and the mail person passed before I had even taken my regular medication, which was Adderall and Buspar, and that's actually a knockoff of a Xanax. So it's an anxiety medicine. And I realized that I hadn't taken the medicine or grabbed my coffee or anything. So I go back in to get that. And guys, like I told them the last time I shared this story, I usually start my day with 4 cups of coffee, 4 cups. And by the afternoon, I'm drinking energy drink. So, I mean, I'm like coffee junkie number one. So I did the math on what I normally spend on coffee, and whenever it came down to doing this, I was like, well, I'm actually going to save money doing this, and then if it's as good as they say it is, then obviously we're going to see some big changes. So my first day on the dose, it was an hour in, and I had slept bad the night before, woke up, my back was hurting. I've battled migraines my entire life, and I was just really, really tired. I had a lot of housework to do, the normal mom life thing. So an hour in, my back pain was completely gone. My migraine was completely gone, which never happens. I've taken prescription medication, and it's always brought it down to like a headache, but it was never gone. So the back pain was gone. The migraine was gone. My energy was like through the roof. Kind of scared me at first. I actually messaged the guys and was like, is this legal? Like, can you actually do this? Can you take this? And then my focus was so unbelievably scoped that I'm doing my housework that I normally stop and go and, turn in circles, start one thing and not finish it. And I actually switched from my house slippers to my tennis shoes without even noticing that I did it. And whenever I noticed it, I was like, whoa, when did that happen? It was kind of weird. But fast forward to the end of my month, my second day was good. My first week was good. After the first week, I started to see the difference in my body. And I was just kind of like, okay, am I believing the hype too much? Am I, really just wanting to see a result? So I'm forcing myself to see it. So I didn't even really push it. I talked to a few people that I knew were into stuff like this about doing it. But outside of that, I wanted to get a full month under my belt before I even started sharing. And yesterday was actually the first time I shared a testimony on my page. And business-wise, we have one affiliate under me, 7 customers already, and probably 200 conversations going. But the end of my first month on the dose, I am fully off of my medicine, the Adderall and the Buspar, I'm sorry. And also like 100 times more patient with my children. I get the things done that I need to get done. I can put my head down and finish one task at a time and knock everything out. My energy is still way up. Like my body didn't get used to it or anything like I thought it would. And then I've actually lost 15 pounds on the scale the last time that I weighed, and there's definitely been more loss since then. So I think I'm knocking on 20 now, and so just about 20 pounds lost, and definitely inches lost too. Like I'm fitting in those, clothes that are tucked in the drawer that you hope to wear again kind of thing. So I'm super, super excited about this. If anybody needs to reach out to me, I'm here for you guys as well, and I'm excited for all of y'all to start. That's
Awesome.
it, Chris. You can have it.
Thank you so much. I know I have Wendy. Are you out there? I know you said your boyfriend wanted to share. Wendy, we're going to unmute you.
There you go. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yay. Okay. I usually share, but my guy wanted to share tonight, so I'm real excited about it. Here he is. Take it away, baby.
Hi, guys. This is really a privilege to share my experience, strength, and hope with everybody because just to sum it up, I was diagnosed with kidney cancer about 4 or 5 years ago. And I was the guy that was in the gym 5 days a week doing weights and doing my spin class. And I played football in school, so I was the athletic guy in good shape. And all of a sudden, to hear this news with kidney cancer, as you can imagine, my life stopped. So I met this beautiful woman, and she feeds me pretty good. And I put on about 40, 50 pounds knowing her. And she said, we got to try this dose product. And, I'm a pretty skeptical person. I got to see results. And the bottom line is, I started this deal about 2 months ago at 254. I am now at 227. I've got a lot more energy. My mood is fantastic. And I haven't gotten off my blood pressure medicine because my kidney doctor has said you have to be very, very careful about blood pressure in your kidney. So I need to talk to him about that because I do want to get off my blood pressure medicine. But I got to tell you, I was in the gym for the first time yesterday, and I worked out for about 20 minutes. I felt good. I had a lot more energy. And I'll tell you, I'm just so excited. Both Wendy and I, we have our relationship is 100% better than it has been because we're feeling good, we're motivated. She just picked up a customer today at a juice bar, and she's just like a magnet. She can sell ice cream to Eskimos, and she just picked up 2 new customers, and I picked up a student of president of my high school, and she knows everybody, and she has lost weight. She loves it. So I tell you, where I've been is I've been plagued with health issues in the last 5 years, and I feel great. I feel like I can get back down to my fighting weight at 205. I used to lift weights, and I'm still young, and I still have a shot that my health is very, very important to me, and I really want to get on to being able to be of service and help other people, to be able to share your experience, strength, and hope. Because you know what, you can say anything that you want to, but results, people pay attention to results. And when people see me, the response is, "Wow, you look great. What are you doing?" And that just opens up the door about happy coffee. And like Chris was saying, I don't get into the ingredients because you know what? I don't know what's all in there. But what I can share is about what my experience is. My experience is the product is working. I love that the culture of the group is positive, happiness. People want to help each other. We made a friend out here.
Kristen.
Her name is Kristen. I mean, just a sweetheart of a gal. And my honey and her have made friends. They're going to do a housewarming. We're going to bring some people to that event, and we're just excited to keep moving. I think we got 25 prospects. We have 10 customers.
Don't worry about all that.
Oh, okay. I'm getting a sign here for what to say and what not to say. Okay, that's how it goes over here. But you know what?
We're happy.
Yeah, I just to feel good and to see my little Wendy happy, and to be motivated and to be helping other people, because she, both of us have a care to help people. And what a better thing to do is to share your dose and what's going on and your experience and strength. And so God bless you guys. I wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and just thank you for everything that you've done for us.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It would be so much better if you had your camera on so we could see when she goes to smack you and all that.
Yeah. That's right. That's exactly how it is.
Maybe the camera was on.
All right, guys. So who else wants to share? I know we didn't have I put it out there for people to share, but I didn't really set it up exactly who it's going to be. Who else has a great story they want to share on what the product is doing for them?
I can go, Chris.
Go ahead, Amy.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry this whole time. I've been stuck in this traffic, and so if all the sirens have been like in your guys' face, I'm so sorry. I just had to like get off the freeway. There's a massive gnarly flood here in Southern California. So I'm going the opposite way and just had to be directed off the freeway. But oh my word, that would have freaked me out had I not had my hot cocoa before I went out tonight in this crappy weather. But and one thing that I do want to say is I'm 46 and I have never like really believed in that seasonal mood disorder stuff, where people get like seriously depressed. I think I'm in the clear now. Where like in Ohio or those states where it's like really cold and nasty and the sun doesn't come out for a long time. And I always thought, oh, that's kind of, it's got to be in their head, you know. And so I actually felt it this last time change, you know, with the daylight savings. And seriously, I could feel a complete like a lull. Like I didn't want to even like leave the house, and that's not me. I want to be out sharing and caring and just being me all the time. And I wonder if I can turn this off, but I would have not been able to get through that because, see, I ran out of my coffee one day, and that was the first day we got rain. It was gloomy and everything, and I was just like, oh my God, I just couldn't, I wasn't functioning right. So, you know, I got it in the next day, and it made a huge, huge difference. I was out grocery shopping. I just had a completely different feel, you know, and I know better not to run out. With my Xanthomax, I had really bad knee and SI joint problems and my wrist where I could barely do like a plank or down dog. And now since my Xantho, nothing hurts. So it's a huge blessing. I feel amazing. It's affected my my confidence. It's easier to talk to people. It's easier. You feel smarter, and you feel just more. I don't know. I can't. It just makes you more aware. And like with my husband too. Like we were fighting a lot, and for the last couple of years because he has a really, really stressful job here in Southern California. He's a CAT scan, and it's just a very stressful hospital. And so I got the coffee the first day 4 months ago. I gave it to him, and he was 100% different from the first cup, and he's been sharing it at the hospital ever since. And I've lost 10 pounds. My daughter's lost 10 pounds. My kids love the products, and we're just happy to be able to help people in so many different levels. So I hope
Awesome.
that yeah.
Thank you so much.
Glad I got to jump on.
Awesome. I mean, it's just crazy what this stuff is doing. When you hear about how a coffee is causing people to not fight anymore or get along better, and you know, we're hearing things like it's saving our marriage and all these crazy things, and then you just heard Amy say, I feel smarter with it. Well, it does say it's smart coffee, so that might make sense. Thank you so much for sharing. So who is going to be next? I know we have incredible stories. Go ahead, Janine.
Hi, I'm Janine. I'm from Kuna, Idaho. I've been in Happy Coffee for about 8 months now. I did actually start the product because of weight loss, but the pill became a magic pill. I had no idea it was going to take away my menopause, and I had that for 3 years horribly. I had no idea that my wrist, it was broken in 5 places 21 years ago. I knew it was always going to hurt me in life, but the pill magically took away all of my arthritis, my tendinitis, my carpal tunnel. I could open jars again. I could hold my boyfriend's hand again. My strength's back again. I had no idea the pill was going to do what it was going to do. And that was just a big, huge blessing for me because I'm going to be 50 years old next year in September, and I don't want to hurt in life, and I don't have anything wrong with me, but I'm trying to prevent high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes runs really strong in my family. I don't have any cancer in my family, but I'm trying to prevent that too with the pill. I have a lot of people, I can't make any testimonials like we're not supposed to say, but I have people across the board that have fibromyalgia, and that's one of my promoters. She no longer is on her fibromyalgia medication anymore. People who have depression that are on my team, they're no longer taking their medications anymore. It's just like kind of crazy how this pill, the coffee is great. That's just the bonus. The bonus is just losing the fat. But the pill is just amazing to me. It's a miracle. It's helping so many different things that we have in the United States of America. And it's just crazy how it's helping so many people across the board, my friends, my family, my business partners. It's just amazing, Chris.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And guys, just like she said, you know, we're not making medical claims, but it's amazing what happens when you put the right things in your body on how your body will start to correct itself. And many times, you know, let's face it, medications are kind of like the oil light coming on in your car, and then you take a pill so where it's like unplugging the oil light, but it doesn't actually fix the problem. Much of the problems with many of the things that we're dealing with in life have to do with a lack of nutrition, have to do with a chemical imbalance. And guys, when people take these products together, it's helping to balance out nutritionally a lot of the challenges that we have. And that's why you have a lot of people experiencing the things that you just heard, you know, Janine just shared. So thank you so much, Janine. Appreciate you so much.
You're welcome. I want to share one more thing. My boyfriend, he does United Oil, so he does the farmers, and he goes up and down for 15 years on ladders, pulls hoses and stuff from the thing. You know, he started losing his strength, and he put the pill inside his body, and he has all his strength back again. So that's amazing. And we're both 50, and it's like, wow, we have a long life to live now, more.
That's awesome.
No pain.
Thank you so much. And it is amazing, guys, you know, inflammation. And again, I was a horseshoer when I got started, right, in this industry. I literally spent my day under a horse's butt, bent over. I was in some car accidents, got rear-ended, and it just literally was miserable every day. And I'm telling you, I cannot remember for the last 10 years that when I wake up in the morning, I didn't have to like stretch to stand all the way up. What I can share with you in the last year since I've been taking these products, I just jump out of bed. I spring out of bed. I don't have that stiffness, the pain, the aches, and all the things that we have. And it's just amazing. So thank you again, Janine. So who else is going to be next? We have not had one gentleman share on the call tonight. That is amazing. It's been all girls.
If you want, I can talk. I can show you.
Oh my gosh, Francisco! Hey, we can't speak Spanish, man. If you can share in English, we're all about it.
Okay, ¿cómo lo quiere? ¿Español, inglés? So, I am here with a great friend of mine here from college and from my hometown in Puerto Rico. Her name is Sarah. And I share the happy coffee and the happy pill with her. And I just really quick want her to share what happened just in 30 days using this product and how she get to the natural, logical conclusion that she needed to share this with the world. What happened to you, Sarah?
Yeah, when I saw Francisco, and like he said, we go way back. I saw him bragging about this happy coffee, and I'm like, what the heck are you doing, Francisco? What is in that cup? And he's like, have you not heard about happy coffee? What everybody's talking about? And I'm like, no. So, friends, and you know, I was very hesitant at that point when I was kind of focused more on weight loss. So he gave me a 3-day, 4 day.
One sample for you, one sample for your husband.
Exactly. And I have to say, from the first day I tried that happy coffee, I said, what in the world is this? My cravings for carbs were gone. My cravings, like I didn't even crave my Stella anymore.
No, don't say that to Chris. Chris loves that.
Well, I love it too, but I just wasn't craving it. And you know, Chris, long story short, in 30 days, I have 18 pounds off my body.
Woo,
There,
that's what I'm talking
no
about.
anxiety. I mean, I lost all this weight. I feel so happy. And when I tried those 4 days, I said, Francisco, I need to order this product yesterday. And so he wanted to get me on the smart chip. And I said, no, just 1 month, just 1 month. I was still hesitant. So I got it for 1 month. I about thought I was going to have a seizure when my happy coffee was almost gone and I had not signed up on smart chip. Once I did that, I said, buddy, you got me all in.
And then what happened?
Let's blow this up.
What happened November 30th? You decide to do what?
November 30th, I became an Elevapreneur.
There you go.
Yay!
That's what I'm talking about.
I said, we have to blow this thing up, man.
Awesome.
So,
welcome and congrats.
thank you so much, Chris. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Let's squeeze one more story in here, and then we'll close this bad boy out. Who wants to share?
Hey, Chris.
Hello.
Hi. My name is Valerie. I'm from Idaho also. In fact, I'm one of Janine's best friends. And watching Janine get into this happy coffee, I kind of sat back and watched and tried to just take notes and see what she was doing and what was going on in her life. And I was interested. I've been in MLMs before, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to get into another one. And Janine kept just introducing me to different things. She sent me some samples, which are still sitting on the counter. But in looking at the people that she had in and started looking at the testimonies of people that were using the products and stuff, in my life, there's so many people that I know and people that I understood that from the testimonies that this product could help, including my own family members and my mom who passed away a couple of years ago, that had I had this in a heartbeat, I would have been an Elevapreneur and had my mom on this product to alleviate all of her pains and things that she had. So I became an Elevapreneur before I even really tried the products. Just kind of watching and seeing what was going on. I was just kind of putting my toes in the water until we got the products. Got the products and started taking them, and immediately it was just like such a difference. I work 2 jobs. I work at a high school during the day, and then I supplement my income on the weekends as a waitress working graveyard shifts. So my schedule's all over the place. I'm constantly tired. I wake up tired. I go to bed tired. But since I've started taking the products, I come home from my graveyard shifts and I sit up for 2 or 3 more hours before I even decide to go to bed because I still have more energy. My weight loss is a little bit slower than most people's, but I have a really slow metabolism, and I'm sure it's going to, build up. And we've only been on the products for like 3 weeks, but I have lost 5 pounds. And in the meantime, I got my fiance on the products who has diabetes, and within 2 weeks, his diabetes points went down 30 points. And he was so skeptical when I first got him on the products and started taking the happy pill, and he has more energy, and he's just been a total big skeptic, but now he's like my biggest advocate. In fact, we ran out of coffee before our new smart chip came in because I hadn't expected both of us to be on it, and we were fighting over who got the last scoop because he's now a coffee fanatic. And so I've got him his own coffee and Xanthromax coming in now so that we don't have that issue anymore. But it's just been a game changer for me, and sharing it with everybody that I know and putting it out there for people. And I'm just thankful to Janine for getting me started on that, even though it took me a while to do it. But I just thank you so much for this company, because it's something that I feel in my heart of being able to help people. And that's the big thing with me. Yes, I want to supplement my income, but my thing is I want to help the people I know that really need the products for whatever issues they have, because it's so individualistic, but it has such a wide range of effects on people. So I'm just excited to start getting it out there to people that I know.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Valerie. Appreciate you. Guys, when you hear all the stories of what people are talking about on this product, you almost want to call it crack coffee, not happy coffee, where like, I was going to have seizures when I was running out. It's just incredible. It's amazing what's happening for people. And it's amazing how, you know, you're hearing people like Valerie share, you know, well, I was watching Janine and it made me realize that I need to go out there and share this with other people based on what she was hearing stories from other people. Then you heard Sarah say the same thing. And guys, what it really boils down to, there's a lot of people just like Valerie that are having to work multiple jobs, that are having to do other things to make ends meet, to you know, diversify their income. And the beautiful part about what we do is we show you how you can get paid for doing what you're already going to do for free. I don't know about you, but I get pretty excited about, like, if I was going to go out there and do something and you tell me that you're going to pay me to do what I would have done anyway, like, that just makes sense. So guys, if you're in a position where, you know, you're just sick of looking at the menu and looking at the right side before you look at the left, where you're having to figure out what stuff costs before, you know, you can make a decision. Guys, it's so freeing when you can start to just have freedom on demand. And, you know, we woke up this morning and there was some Christmas shopping I wanted to do. And it was just like my wife and I jumped in the car. We drove an hour or something away to an outlet mall. And next thing you know, we bought all kinds of stuff that I didn't necessarily plan on buying. But, you know, my wife goes, I wonder how much we spent today. And it was like, it wasn't like this thing where before, last year, same time, last year, we literally were down to $50 in our account and wondering how in the world are we going to pull this off with our kids' schooling costing close to $2,000 for our two kids to go to private school. So guys, it's just been mind-blowing what has happened in the last year for us, because we got passionate about helping other people by sharing a simple message. And guys, I would have done it even if I wasn't getting paid. But it was the coolest thing that basically my second month in, when we got that check for our first month, and basically my air condition had been out since last October, and basically we were able to go and boom, pay for a whole new air conditioning unit in our house. We were a month behind, you know, on our mortgage from months prior when I just couldn't afford and I couldn't catch up on it, that we were able to catch up all in that first month. Guys, it has been absolutely mind-blowing. And this is the cool thing about this, is the elevator gets off at any floor that you want. We have people making the kind of income that many people might make in a year. And some of you all go, you know what, that just sounds crazy. It sounds too good to be true. Well, what if it was true and you didn't find out? So, you know, the crazy thing is that there's so many people that are just looking for an extra $500 a month. And what I love about this is, you know, you don't have to get trained on exactly what to do. You don't have to try to figure out, well, how do I do this? What training class do I have to go to? You know, Valerie is sharing, she's waiting tables and stuff like that. She didn't have to go to school to learn how to diversify her income. All she had to do is get passionate and share what the product's doing for her and the way that it made her feel. And you heard the other people that shared, and how all I'm doing is sharing my story. So what if you could get paid to tell stories? Imagine if you could just share stories of what it's doing for not only you, but what it's doing for other people and make a check. And this is so cool. When you get started as an entrepreneur, we're talking about less than $100 to start your own business. Guys, just in the tax benefits alone for that is gonna blow you away, because I don't know how many of you like to pay taxes, but I'm not really that excited about paying a bunch of taxes. So you can start your own business, invest $100, $99 to get started. And anytime you share this with someone, you're gonna make between 10 and 30%, depending on how many customers that you have. The more customers you get, the higher your income can go. It's so freaking cool. The company rewards you and pays you more money by sharing it with more people. So guys, you become an affiliate with our company and you go out there and share the product. And let's just say, for instance, you know, you had 100 people that bought Dose, right? 100 people that bought this. Guys, you're making $2,000 a month extra income by you going out there and sharing simply a cup of coffee. You share this with 100 people. What if it took you a year to do that? Guys, $2,000 a month is huge. Do you know that to make $2,000 a month in the bank at 6% interest, you would need $400,000 in the bank? And you could literally simply go share this with 100 people and create the same kind of leverage that $400,000 at 6% interest would pay. And guys, can we all agree that there's no banks paying 6% interest right now? I don't even know what the interest rate is right now, but I know that it's not even close to 6. So you would have to have a whole lot more money to be able to create the same thing that you can do for under $100 getting started as an affiliate with our company. And guys, it gets better than that. When you go out there and share this with other people, if they come up with the natural logical conclusion like Sarah did and like Valerie and all these other people that are sharing, then basically you can make overrides. What does that look like? Well, if you were a real estate agent, they roll out of bed, they go to work, they get paid when they sell a house, right? And just like real estate, if you don't share with anybody, if you're not signing people up for the coffee, just like a realtor, if they don't sell a house, they're not getting paid. So there is no such thing as get rich quick. But if you go out there and work, you can go out and make money quickly. So guys, a real estate agent has to get out of bed, go to work, get paid. Get out of bed, go to work, get paid. But a real estate broker gets paid off of all of the other agents in their agency, right? So the real estate broker can either roll out of bed or roll over in bed and still get paid. And if you're like me, I get way more excited about the rollover money versus the roll out of bed money. It's so amazing to be able to wake up when I'm done sleeping versus having to get up to go somewhere. This has absolutely changed our life in the last year. What this has done is really mind-blowing. We have never had this much money saved up in our life. And a year ago, we were flat broke. So guys, if you're in a position where you're ready to take control of your life, or if you're in a position where you're just ready to make a couple extra bucks, or if you want to make thousands and thousands of dollars extra, wherever you want to get off, whatever floor you want to get off, this elevator will take you all the way up. Bottom line is that if you take action, you can take your life back. With that being said, you know, there's only a few type of people. Most people, when they hear what you just heard, you've already been trained on what to say because you heard, I think it was Sarah had said, Francisco said, have you heard about the happy coffee everyone's talking about? Guys, that's, if you can ask that question and then say, oh my God, this is what it did for me. A friend of mine shared it, boom, boom, boom. This is what I felt. Go check out this website. It explains everything in 3 videos, breaks it all down. And all you have to do is basically give them a sample, let them watch a website, share your story, and you can start getting paid on everything that you do. So guys, if that sounds like you and you want to, one, try the product. Worst case scenario, you stay the same. Give it the person, invite you on this call and say, I'm a number 1, I want to try the product. A number 2 is somebody that says, you know what, I want to get on the product, but I wouldn't mind sharing with a couple people, maybe to get some free product, maybe just to get enough customers to get free product. Hey, Sam, a number 2, I just want to, you know, get free product. Or number 3 is like somebody, will you just shut up and end this thing? Let me get back on the phone with the person that shared this with me so I can find out how I can get started. What's the website so I can enroll? You're number 3 if you're saying that. Give it the person, invite you on this call tonight and let them know if you're a 1, you want to get on the product, 2, you want to get some free product, or 3, you're ready to get started. Everyone have an awesome night. Take care and take charge. Hope everyone has an incredible evening. I will unmute the call so everyone can say good night. Remember, we're going to be having another special guest tomorrow.
Thank you. You're awesome.
Great call, you guys.
Bye.
Yeah.